Do you know how the name of Mysore originated? Mysore is a city, as you know, in Karnataka. It's an ancient city. I have visited in my childhood and multiple times. The name Mysore came from a very interesting origin. It came from Mahishur. Mahishur came from Mahishashur. Mahishashura was an Asur, and he ruled Mysore. And from there the word Mysore came, Mysore came in. In fact, if you go to Mysore, you should visit the Chamundi Hill, where there's a Chamundi temple. In Indian mythology, it's being told that goddess Chamundi killed Mahishashura and regained the good power of the good in the city of Mysore. So in Chamundi Hill, the temple for Chamundi, goddess Chamundi is there, and in front of the Chamundi temple you will see a huge sculpture of Asura, Mahishashura. So interestingly, Indian mythology, most of the Indian mythology, religious, non-religious, has a historical link or historical connection, and there are citations, there are existences or proofs of those historical elements as such. Mysore as a city is one of these proofs. We are talking about Asura today. We are talking about a group of individuals whom we call as Asuras, and they are being portrayed for centuries that they are the power of evil. And let us discuss about Asuras. Mahishashura was one of the Asuras and one of the biggest or the most powerful Asuras as such, and he had a head of a bull. Yes, that's what, a bull head. Yeah. So that's how it is being portrayed for Mahishashura. Mahisha is the word which comes for the bull. Interestingly, Asuras are not demons. They are not Rakshasas. There's a difference between Rakshasas and Asuras. Asuras are basically anti-god clan, or say anti-god or demigod clan. They are almost like gods, but they are opposite side of the gods. So they had always been fighting with the gods. Now, who's good, who's bad, I'm not going into that, because always there is a, there's a perception of good in context of society. So always gods are being portrayed as good and Asuras being portrayed as bad. In fact, Rakshasas used to be demons. Asuras were not demons. They had powers. They had certain powers of their own, almost like gods, and they have been portrayed as darker side of the power. Very interestingly, it's not that Asuras are gone and it's over, because gods and Asuras were originated from same origin, from Kashyapa. But gods became good and Asuras being portrayed as bad. Today Asuras still exist. No, don't think in the similar context of Asuras I'm talking about. I'm talking about Asura tribe. The Asura tribe still exists in Chhattisgarh. They are being listed. One of them are being listed in the scheduled tribe list of India. Sorry, and they are divided into 12 clans. They have 12 clans in the name of animals, birds, different flora and fauna. They have been divided into 12 clans, and they are still there in India. They are in Chhattisgarh, majorly in districts of Gumia. They are in the Lohadaga, they are in Palamu and Lather, and there are many other places they have been there. Interestingly, the Asura tribe are known as iron smelters. They are the one who traditionally used to create iron from the iron ore, and they have their indigenous process of doing that, and they're still practicing it. Though majority of them are not into that, they are majority of them into farming or working in the local coal mines, but they are existing. Asuras are now, the contemporary Asuras being divided into three major groups, or say sub-tribal groups. They're being called as Bir Asuras, the Birja Asuras, and then Agira Asuras. Agiriya Asuras and Bir Asuras and Birja Asuras are the smaller subgroups as such, but they have 12 clans, larger clans. So for Asuras, after the clan, the family is the next important priority in life. But interestingly, the whole concept of Asuras and how they have been portrayed in traditionally is a bit sad, because they have been always portrayed as bad. So that impacts this tribe also at this moment. Just for your information, when we enjoy our pujas, we enjoy our Navaratris and all the festivals, Asuras don't celebrate. These tribes go for mourning, for almost 10 days mourning. Why? Because for them, that is a time to mourn for their ancestor. Their ancestors, among one of the most important ancestors is Mahashashura, who was being killed at that particular time. So they have a different perspective of religion as such. In fact, they are not Hindus. They are not practicing Hinduism as such, and they are practicing Sharanism. Sharanism is one kind of a religion which is absolutely different from Hinduism. They don't have any idols. They don't have any photographs of gods or goddesses in their homes. They worships plants, they worships skies, they worships the whole forest, mountain, and ancestors. Now imagine how beautiful this religion can be, because if this religion could have been spread across the world, today we never would have bothered to discuss about sustainability, because the religion itself teaches the practitioners to ritualistically save, protect and respect their forest, land, skies and all those other elements of nature. Till 2015, Saranism was not considered as a religion, and in fact the government of Jharkhand has been moving the file to consider Saranism as a religion, which is, I'm not sure today what is the situation, but it was not considered as a religion. However, this is one of the oldest practiced religion in the world, because Asuras are still practicing it. In fact, among Asuras, one of the major name which emerged today is Shushma-Ashur. You can read about Shushma-Ashur, about the way she speaks and her art form. She talks about the whole tribe of Asura. So I'll just quote unquote one of her quotation, which I gathered from internet. She says that, is there a photo of your god in the house? Our gods are formless. And she said that they are forest, the sky, the mountains. In none of Ashur homes you will find photos of gods, because we follow Sharna religion. We are not Hindus. That's what she said as such. Now, I'm not going to go discuss about these religious, biasness of multiple other religion. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not also talking about whether Asuras are really Sharnas or they are Hindus or they are sect of Hindus. No. Here the discussion is very important, that this particular tribe still exists, and they are being called as Asuras, and their mourns, they mourns in this particular 10 days when we enjoy the good over evil. Now you have to know, or you have to understand what is good, what is evil, and how we define good and evil. I think good and evil remains here, and how we perceive and how society makes us perceive about it. So thank you. Namaskar. Read more about Asuras, read about the origin of names of Indian cities, and get back to me if you have some other points to discuss. See you again for the next video.